Welcome back, drone fans. Have you ever wondered when is the best time to fly your drone? Maybe it's during the daylight hours, or maybe the evening hours, or maybe it could be the night hours. Stick around, drone fans, as we figure out when is the best time to fly our drone and we get to learn a lot more about the different lighting, natural lighting. Although the DJI Mini SE is capable of taking 12 megapixel pictures as well as taking 2.7K videos at 30 frames per second, that doesn't mean we can fly this little drone at any time during the day or night. In order to take full advantage of this camera on this drone, we're going to have to be very careful in terms of when we fly it. So with this little sensor on the drone, you want to be very choosy in terms of when you choose to go out collecting footage. So let's take a look at the different types of natural lighting so that we can figure out when is the best time and when is the worst time to go flying. Okay, drone fans, let's take a closer look at the different levels that the sun will be at different times of the day and night. The red line will represent our horizon, and that sun will be going down from daylight hour to golden hour to civil twilight to nautical twilight, astronomical twilight, and finally nighttime. Notice too that different degrees represent different hours of the day. So let's start first with daylight hours. Daylight hours occurs when the sun is about 12 degrees above the horizon, which is where the surface of the earth meets the sky. So this is the best time to take shots with your DJI Mini SE, particularly because of how small the sensor is, so you may want to give it a try during that time of the day. Also, depending on the time of the day, colors can appear washed out depending on how much cloud is out, and you want to make sure that there is a bit of balance between your shadows and your lights, just to make sure that it's easier on the sensor of this drone. So at 12 midday, things might be just a bit too bright for this sensor, so you may want to wait for just a little bit until the sun goes down lesser than 12 degrees to get a decent video or picture. Up next is golden hour, which is my favorite time to take videos. Golden hour can happen at the ending of the day, and it can also happen at the beginning of the day. Golden hour happens when the sun is less than 6 degrees above the horizon. So during that time, there's this effect that the sun creates where everything appears to have this golden hue. I just love this hour because it's magical. So give it a try, drone fans, and comment down below about what your results are. Up next is civil twilight. Civil twilight happens when the sun is less than 4 degrees above the horizon, and civil twilight can consist of different colors. You'll know it's civil twilight when you see a bluish or gold color together in the sky. Civil twilight is one of those times when you want to use a drone with a very big sensor. So the DJI Mini SE would not really do well in this situation. Maybe you'd want to try a Mavic Air 2 or any drone with a bigger sensor. Nautical twilight happens when the sun is negative 6 degrees below the horizon. So during this time, you can expect to see a very strong bluish hue in the sky, as seen in the video here. Again, this is not a good time to shoot with the DJI Mini SE because of how dark the surroundings have gotten. In fact, if you were to try to do it, you'd get a warning on the display saying that the conditions are just not bright enough. Up next is nautical twilight. Nautical twilight is that time when things get a bit darker. This occurs when the sun is negative 12 degrees above the horizon. And as you can see in the video here, which is about to come up, the images are primarily darker. The video appears to be darker, and that's when the lights in the city comes on. And well, I guess you could say that you could use a drone with a bigger sensor in order to get the most out of this hour. Also, during the astronomical twilight hour, you can take pictures of the Milky Way or distant galaxies that appear more visible in the sky as a result of the reduced lighting situation. So guys, if you have a powerful enough camera on your drone, go for it. Finally, we have nighttime hours. Nighttime hours is one of those times where lighting is reduced to its lowest form and more or less you cannot see much. This happens when the sun is negative 18 degrees below the horizon, as you see here in the video. So, if we are to take a look at some of the footages, you'll see that the stars are the only thing that is more or less illuminating the sky. And this means that the sun, of course, is now far below the horizon, and the moon and the stars become way more visible. So, in this situation, you'll need a drone with a very powerful sensor in order to pick up all the highlights and the shadows and to give you a decent image. Okay, drone fans, so we've learned quite a bit today. So, what is the best time to fly your drone? For the DJI Mini SC, you want to keep it between daylight hours and golden hour, which of course is between 12 to 6 degrees above the horizon. And because of the sensor size of this drone, which is 1 over 2.3 inches, you want to make sure that the time that you choose to fly is carefully selected so that you can make the most out of the sensor from this tiny drone. So drone fans, what is your favorite time of the day to fly your drone? Is it golden hour? Is it daylight hour? Is it astronomical twilight? Is it civil twilight? Is it nautical twilight? Or is it nighttime? Comment down below, guys. Until then, it's Dung Drones, over and out.